just keeping this in different slides so that it will be easy to understand where we learn
Mm,
what we learn from where,
mm,
right? So it
okay,
will be
good.
easy somewhere. So
I
once you
see.
go back to the video, or once you go back to the slides, you will have it soon. So you will remember that we have learned this flow logic in that page, and then went to the NAT type NAT kind of thing. Then
Mm,
NAT we see it from here, and then we only taking it from the sources we have on Palo Alto first, and then also I'm taking it from my editing and then Palo Alto. These are the sources. And sometimes if I find something is very useful, then I take it from the Google as well. Because Google, you will get it from others, right? So it will not be good as Palo Alto.
okay. Do they have good material, Palo Alto, like good documentation?
Palo Alto has lot of good material. Like if you got stuck somewhere, then Palo Alto will help you definitely because it has lot of good up material for
Mm-hmm.
anything, for anything
Mm-hmm.
related to Palo Alto. You will get it from there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you some links if I put it here. Then I'll show you
Mm-hmm.
some links. I'll if I search anything, Palo Alto will pop up with the URL and will show you the solution, whatever you are looking for related to Palo Alto.
Mm-hmm.
So NAT, you know, right? NAT is something which we need to have to communicate our LAN network to internet or to
Mm-hmm.
public network. So
Yes.
if we do not have NATing, we cannot communicate to the internet. NATing is network address translation. So it is actually NATing the address which is actually need to communicate with the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? Either
Yes.
we can understand such way, we do not have multiple IPs, so we have multiple IPs in LAN network, but we do not have multiple public IPs because it is very costly. If you go to the ISP and ask for public IPs, it will cost you a lot. So you
Mm-hmm.
only have one public IP that has
Mm-hmm.
to be converted to allow the access from the NAT to all your LAN network.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that is why we need to have it. If we talk about Palo Alto scenarios, so we configured a public IP. Sorry, we configured a public IP, and then we want all the access. We want to allow the internet to all the LAN network as well. Whatever the LAN network we have, we want to give that access to the internet to them also. So we want
Mm-hmm.
to just keep configuration as NATing. Either it is source destination, it doesn't, it does up to you already. So we are the one who's admins to configure about the netting. So we just providing the netting to communicate between LAN and WAN. You can say WAN is a wide area network or internet or public cloud, we can say
Mm-hmm.
public network. So source net, we would understand source net and destination net mainly for Palo Alto, and Uternet at the end. So these nets are very important. Either it is related to your interview, it is related to configuration on daily basis. It is important.
Mm-hmm.
So we will learn today only about source net, and
Okay.
destination net we can cover it tomorrow.
Okay.
So netting, we understand source net is commonly used for private users to access public internet. So it
Mm-hmm.
is source net. Source is something. Let me just open pen. So source, you know, right? Source is
Mm-hmm.
something where actually you want to access the destination. You
Mm-hmm.
are the host, so you will be considered as a source. A destination is something which you want to access. What you want to access is related to configuration. I mean destination. So configuration will be like source is this. Either it is 1 or 2 or 3, it will be considered as a source because it is requesting whatever
Mm-hmm.
he needs, he wants. And this is your, for now, this is your destination. This could also be your destination, anything, right? Anything could be your destination. So source net is commonly used for private users, as name suggests, source net. So it means netting is for source.
Okay.
Netting is for source. So source can be communicate to the internet, right? Source net.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
SourceNet is commonly used for private users. Private users. All are the private users. In a company, we all are sitting as a private users, right?
Mm-hmm.
to access the public internet. So destination is used to often provide host on public network. So destination net we will understand. We will go back to the slides later.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
right. So
Okay.
it will not be like hodgepodge for material. So let's go to the
Okay.
host net only.
So to the internet target, our IP address will not be the same IP address that is in the internal network. It will be
Correct.
something else. Okay.
Correct. Because private public address directly cannot communicate to the internet due to the limitations that the host or destination will not allow you to communicate either one. And the second one is it is not communicating to the traffic related paths and the between routers and route will not be able to identify your private network. So once it is public, it will be able to identify properly and will give you the requested information.
Question for you, Vikrant. NAT, does it only happen on firewall?
No, NAT happens everywhere. Like VPN also, firewall also. If you want to give something related to, it is mainly related to security, but it also happens on routing switchings.
I see.
Either it is
Okay.
L3, yeah.
Okay.
Right. And SourceNet, SourceNet translate an original source IP address to an alternative source IP address. So it will like these are many IPs. It is just one, but we will have many IPs. In practical scenarios, we will have many IP, source IP, and then second source IP, and then third source IP. So these IPs will not, these are the class C IP addresses. So these IPs will not be able to communicate to the internet directly. So they will have some IPs which will be public IPs. So this is the destination. This is not something which we have. This is destination. This is requesting. But we only know the source and destination. We don't know the public IP right now, right? You know your IP address of your computer,
Yes.
and you know
Yes.
the destination IP address because you want to access Google. You know the Google
Yes.
IP or Google IP
Yes.
URL. So you only have these two information.
Okay.
But your IP is in trust network because your office network trust your IP, but your destination IP is untrust network because you don't trust that network, right? Either it is
Right.
malicious or not, or it is not known to you. You are just requesting to get access. So this is something we want to get it untrust, or we want to get it trust. So how will you communicate? You will create netting in firewall. Then once you will create netting in firewall, you will have access. So your all the IPs will have only one IP, which is public IP, and for the internet IP, whatever it is, either it is Google, he will not be able to know the IP which is requesting the source. So he will only know the public IP.
Okay.